All right, today we're looking at area and perimeter of trapezoids before you get 2 days off for the weekend. So our formula for a trapezoid, we have two bases in our shape. We learned this during our unit on quadrilaterals. So we've got the two bases that are parallel, base 1 and base 2. Doesn't matter which one you name base 1 and base 2 as long as you're using the two sides that are parallel. Those are interchangeable. And then your height, just like with triangles and with parallelograms, the height has to be perpendicular to the bases. So it has to form right angles. So in the diagram shown, that dashed line is your height. These, let's change color there. The sides there, the yellow, these are not the heights. Those are just sides of the trapezoid. So you're not going to use those in your calculation for area. If you're asked to find perimeter, add up the sides. You would add those two sides, the two bases. For perimeter, in this diagram at least, you would ignore the height because perimeter is the distance around the figure on the outside. The height is not on the outside. So let's look at a couple examples. So number one, we're just asked to find area. So using our formula, we've got area equals 1/2 of base 1. So I'm just going to call 5 base 1 plus base 2 times the height, that dashed line of 4. So in this case, that 6 on the right side is not going to be used for area. It's not a base or a height. So simplify your parentheses. Area equals 1/2 times 5 plus 11 is 16 times 4. And you can multiply those three numbers together. 16 times 4 is 64. Half of that is going to be 32 units squared. Jumping down to number 4, so we got a word problem, working backwards this time. So we're given our area. We have a smaller base of 4 meters, and we have a height of 6 meters. We're trying to find the length of the other base. So just substituting into your formula this time, we know the area. So 36 equals 1/2 times base 1, that's our smaller base, plus base 2, that's what we don't know. So plus B2 times the height of 6. So you can do a few things here that if you'd like. I'm going to start by multiplying the 1/2 and the 6 together. So 36 equals 3 times 4 plus base 2. You could go distributing next, but we can kind of skip over distributing if we just divide by the 3 from the very start. So now we have 12 equals, we don't need the parentheses because there's no more multiplication happening. 12 equals 4 plus B2. Last step, subtract 4 from each side. Those 4's cancel out. So base 2, don't know why I wrote it up there. Base 2 equals 8 meters. Final answer. And I just wanted to look at the last one because this 6 through 8 actually do ask you to find perimeter. So we've talked about area. One thing to notice here, the height is drawn outside of the trapezoid, just like with triangles and parallelograms. You may see that occasionally. So notice our right angle there. So this is going to be our height of 15. But for perimeter, all you're going to do, like we talked about in that first slide, but there weren't numbers, all you're going to do is add 10, 18, 20, 33.5 to get that perimeter. And I'll let you work on calculating the area. So homework today, worksheet number 4, trapezoids. Answer key will be posted later today. Again, email or remind us if you have questions. Have a good weekend.